Welcome to another Elden Ring video today. Today I'm going to be showing you the fastest way to get runes in the game. I'm talking over 100,000 a minute. Now the first thing you got to do is talk to Whiteface Varre at the first step site of Grace, which is right at the beginning of the game. And then you got to go ahead and make your way through Stormvale Castle and fight Godric. Then once you have beaten Godric, you will be able to do this. He is only the second boss and he's not that terrible. If you need to level up a little more, there is another farm that you can use, which I will show you at the end of the video for more early game players. Now, the reason we need to talk to Whiteface Varre is because we have to do a little quest before we can access this area. So basically, after you talk to him after defeating Godric, go to the round table and talk to the White Knight that is in there. After you talk to him, Whiteface Varre should then be moved to the Rose Church, which is where we are heading to right now. If he is not, go to the round table and talk to him, and then he should move for you. If not, go back to the first step and talk to him again and see what he says, and you'll be able to figure it out easily from there. Now, you're going to head to the Rose Church, which is just a little straight ahead from this site of Grace, and then you're going to see Whiteface Varre standing there once you've done everything previously mentioned. And basically he's going to give you an item that you're going to use, which is called the Festering Bloody Finger. Now what this item does is it allows you to invade players' worlds. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, just stay right in front of him. He will be right where I'm standing, and after using them, regardless of the outcome, you will be sent back to your world right back in front of him. After you do it 3 times, talk to him again, and he will give you a cloth item, which is called the Lord of Blood's Favor. Now it is blank, and we need to get Maiden Blood is what he will tell you to stain it. So basically what we're going to do is take this item, which he will have given you, and we are going to head to the Church of Inhibition. Now we have to head up there, and there's this little statue of a dead maiden there, which will give you an outfit, and then you will talk to her a second time, and you will be able to get the bloodstained cloth, and then we will go from there. So here I will show you how to get up there. You can just follow straight ahead after defeating Godric, continue through the academy and make your way around, and then it is just right here on the hill, just a little north of this village here. Just be aware upon your arrival there are some enemies inside the church, so do not go too far into it. They are like some type of assassin enemies and they hit very hard. So do your best to just grab your stuff, do your business, and get right out of here. She is right here. Talk to her once for an outfit, and the second time she will then give you this, which is the Lord of Blood Favor. After being soaked, it turns blood red. Then we have to go ahead and finish up, and we have to head back to Whiteface Varre at the Rose Church. So we're going to teleport to the site of Grace here and head right back to him, and then he's going to give us a unique item which will allow us to teleport to the area where the rune farm is. And let me tell you, this rune farm saved me so much time. I was doing a different one at Len's Rise on the right hand side of the map where there's a ball that falls down, and all you have to do is trigger the ball to fall and then dodge it, and you'll get 1,952 runes every single time you do it. I will show that at the end of the video as an alternative, as it may be easier for some newer players than doing this, but it is chill. So anyways, you'll speak to Whiteface Varre here, and then after talking to him, he will give you an item that will be added into your inventory, which I will show you right now. And that item is called the Pure Blood Knight's Medal, and basically what you're going to do is use it, and it will teleport you to the area where we are going to do the rune farm. And don't worry, there's no enemies upon your arrival. Simply just follow up the staircase and activate the site of Grace. And then once you have done that, you are right next to the farm. You can just go right back to the site of Grace every time. We are ridiculously close. Basically, don't overthink it. Just go over this ledge here. You cannot use your mount until you drop down off of this ledge. So you're going to leave the site of Grace, go ahead and roll on down, jump down, whatever, and call your mount, as you're going to need it to outrun the enemies in this area. Now basically just hug the cliffside on the right hand side. Don't overthink it and get lost. Literally just hug the rocks on your right hand side, and then you're going to see this area where there's a bloodstained stone. What you have to do is take your mount and jump onto that bloodstone and then keep going straight. Basically it'll be like 2 jumps, press the sprint button, 2 jumps, press the sprint button, 2 jumps, press the sprint button to keep moving forward from each rock. Then you're going to keep climbing upwards. I started to panic a little bit as that skeleton spawned. Basically, if you mess up and take too long, or you fail and fall, by that time that individual will spawn and he will murder you, as he hits ridiculously hard. Even at level 100 you will be downed. So basically just follow the rocks straight from where you came up, and you're going to see these on the ground anyways unless they get removed. But basically you're just going to drop down, and what you need to do is jump into the abyss below. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you need to jump so that you can swing your weapon. You need to swing your weapon the whole time you're falling so that you don't fall to your death. Basically what you're doing is swinging your weapon, and all it's doing is giving you runes. After about 65 seconds, that seemed to be the average time, just let your character fall and just keep spamming your melee button, and trust me, after about 65 5 seconds, like I mentioned, you will get a random amount of runes added to your inventory. It is so strange. I don't know what the cause is. I don't know if the weapon that you hold affects it. I've heard you can get up to 2 million each time, but I was averaging about 100 to 150,000 every time I did it. And you can do this in a minute, so think about how much that is in an hour. When I first started doing this, I was like level 70. I went from level 70 to level 120 in like a half hour. It is ridiculously quick, but as you can see, the runes were added to my inventory for no reason. I didn't do anything. There's no combat, no issue, no enemies, no nonsense. You just jump down a hole after dodging that first skeleton and try not to mess that up, and then you're good to go. You have access to a farm where you can level up at a ridiculously fast rate and then be able to take down those bosses that you've been struggling with. Even if you're a new player, you might as well just exploit the heck out of this so that you can enjoy the game still instead of giving up like a lot of people do when they first try because they get lost or they give up at a boss. This is a great way for you to get ahead and give that little perk into your next step. And just so you can see what happens when you do mess it up, I will show you just how powerful this individual is when you do mess up. See, I fell down and by this time he has spawned. There's another one that spawns behind him if you get unlucky. This individual will take your mount out and you out in a heartbeat. It doesn't even, it's ridiculous. You just go right down. So definitely do your best to avoid so that you can have maximum efficiency at this farm. Now on to the next farm. Basically right from the first step, you're just going to hook a semicircle and then follow that map on the right hand side all the way through the right side of the map till Lens Rise. Once you get here, basically it's going to be a very simple task. All you have to do, as I mentioned, is go down a pathway which is only like 10 seconds from the site of grace. You'll be able to do this about 3 times a minute. So you'll get about 6,000 runes a minute, and occasionally it will reward you with 9,750 runes. I'm not sure why it does it, but it happened a good handful of times to me and it probably will to you. So don't overthink it. Right from the Lens Rise site of grace, you're simply going to go down this hill. Feel free to gather the supplies as you pass, as there's some glintstone butterflies and some other items as well. And basically you're going to see this big ball spawn behind you. You'll see the white cloud, and all you have to do is avoid it. Be careful, it will damage you, it will hurt you and possibly kill you if your vigor is low. And all you need to do is make sure that it flies off the map and you will get the runes, and you can go to the site of grace, reset it, and do it again and again. I hope that this was helpful. Enjoy the rune farms, enjoy power leveling the crap out of yourself, and I will see you in the next Elden Ring video.